gamers, so if you haven't already heard, there's been a Snapchat released from Bungie about Rise of Iron. I will leave a link in the description below with the full Snapchat that someone recorded. So in this video I'm just going to go through the trailer that we see and just explain it a little bit. In the first scene it's basically advertising, pre-ordering and the release date, which is the 20th of September this year. In the next scene we see Lord Saladin in old Russia, supposedly with the three wolves that we see in the poster. And he basically explains how the Iron Lords, including himself, fought an evil and defended the last city. And for the first time we see him without his helmet, which is pretty damn cool. In this scene we can see Lord Saladin and the three wolves going towards the damaged wall. I'm guessing it's the same wall that we see in the poster. If not, maybe there's multiple damaged walls. In the next scene, Lord Saladin explains how he's the last Iron Lord left, which is very similar to the Dark Below DLC with Crota and Eris, where they went down to defeat him but didn't. The only difference is that Eris had 6 people together and Lord Saladin had 9. In this scene we see the Fallen coming out of the other side of the wall. I'm guessing that they're the ones that damaged the wall. They're obviously dregs, but they do look different to what we've seen in the past. They look very robotic. In this scene we can see the location where Lord Saladin and the rest of the Iron Lords actually locked up this so-called plague. But apparently, as Lord Saladin says, that it has returned with a fallen army. And I think it's interesting the way he says it. It's as if they were just connected now and that they haven't known each other yet, so I'm guessing they're using each other for power. In the next scene, Lord Saladin's basically asking us for help as Guardians. He basically says, "Stand with me and the Iron Lords will rise again." The way I see it is he's basically inviting us to become Iron Lords by his side and help him defeat this evil that's come back. In the last few scenes, the trailer basically advertises new weapons, new missions, story missions, armor and the raid. It doesn't tell us much, it basically just says that we'll be getting all that stuff. And it's funny because in one scene it shows, when it talks about the raid, it shows Guardians falling down into something. It sort of reminds me of when we did that with Crota at the start of the raid. It also tells us that we'll be getting one new strike, a new social space, so like the tower and the reef, a new Crucible game types, new maps for the Crucible, and a new enemy faction and bosses, which is pretty interesting because I think it's still the Fallen, but I think it's a different type of Fallen, like we've had House of Devils, etc. before. We also see a Titan using a battle axe, the same one that we saw in the poster, I'm guessing, so that basically confirms for us that we will be able to use it. At the end of the trailer basically advertises again, but if you can see down the bottom, it actually does say requires Destiny, obviously the game, the original game, but it also says it requires the Taken King DLC. So if you don't have that, I'm guessing you won't be able to play this DLC, so make sure you have it if you are planning on getting Rise of Iron. It also talks about the Gjallarhorn, the Iron Gjallarhorn. So if you pre-order this DLC, the Rise of Iron, you will receive the Iron Gjallarhorn, so it's basically the Gjallarhorn but in black. And also down the bottom it does say, quote, "can obtain by pre-ordering and completing in-game quests regarding the Gjallarhorn." I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions or theories or whatnot, please leave a comment below. Also I'll be doing another video on the stream that Bungie did yesterday, which goes into a lot more detail about the trailer and the DLC. So for this video I will link it in the description below. Make sure you subscribe and whatnot. All my social media information is in the description, so make sure you follow me on Twitter, etc.